Hi, and welcome to Rise and Thrive Yoga's New to Yoga series, week 3 instructional video. So this week we're going to work on some more standing poses and a little bit of flow moving through the warrior series. So let's get started. This is your instructional video and I'm excited to get going. All right, so let's start an easy pose or any seated pose that is comfortable for you. Let's just close our eyes or soften our gaze and just take a few short, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Really relaxing your body, getting ready to learn some new poses today. Let's take one deep breath together. And let's get started. You can open your eyes. So we're going to get started just in a couple warm-ups, just a couple review of things we've done in the last few weeks. So we're going to start in table pose. That's where a lot of our poses originate from. So we're up on hands and knees, wrists stacked under, or shoulders stacked over wrist, fingers spread, gaze is down in between your fingers, your neck is soft, drop your shoulders down and back. Hips are stacked over your knees, and the tops of your feet are lightly pressing into the mat. They're just kind of resting there. I shouldn't say really pressing, but resting. You can press the tops of your feet a little bit into the mat to relieve some pressure off your knees. And don't forget your props. You can always slide a blanket under your knees or roll up the side of the mat if your knees are a little sensitive right now. All right, so in tabletop, let's do a few cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, chin and chest come forward, belly drops, back slightly arches, and then exhaling chin to chest, rounding the lower back as we go into cat pose, pushing away from the mat with our hands. Inhaling again to come forward, dropping belly, chin and chest come forward, and then exhaling, chin to chest, lower back rounds. Let's do that one more time, really waking up that spine. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to move back. And then coming right back down into child's pose, tabletop. Getting my words all flipped up today. All right. So from here, we're going to tuck our toes under, sit back. This is Hero's pose, a little transitional pose as we move to standing. So you can put your hands at heart center, your hands down on your knees. This helps stretch out the muscle on the bottoms of your feet. It can be really good for you. Sometimes it takes a little bit to work up to even holding it for a few seconds. And then from there, you can push up to standing. And if getting up to standing this way is not working for you, you can come up to standing any way you'd like. But that usually works for me right now. All right, so the first standing pose we're going to learn today is crescent lunge or crescent pose. All right, so starting from mountain, I'm going to go to the side because it's just a little bit easier for you to see. We're going to step our right foot forward, so our toes are pointing forward. Left foot's going to go back. So we're in a lunge. We're going to stack that right knee over the right ankle. We're up on those back toes, and then we're just going to drop that left knee down a little bit. All right, if you're feeling unbalanced, widen your stance a little bit. So move that right foot maybe over a little bit more to the right side of your mat. All right, so you could be up here, and that might be comfortable. You can lower the lunge even farther down. So hands, they can be on your hips. All right, hands on hips, chest open. Let's start here. Let's take a deep breath. Kind of feel this out. And then if you're feeling really balanced and awesome, you can raise your hands up above your head. So arms are essentially in line with your ears. Fingertips are spread wide. You can't see my fingertips. They're out of the screen right now. But my fingertips are spread wide and my palms are facing each other. Dropping my shoulders down and back. Your shoulders are nice and relaxed, and take a deep breath here. Awesome. Lowering your hands. All right, so those are the two different options for crescent lunge. Let's just try it on the other side just to see a little bit of how it feels on the other side. So stepping forward, we're back in mountain pose. Let's just take a couple deep breaths here. Let your shoulders fall down. Hands out to the side, palms forward. Just take a couple deep breaths here. Because that's not an easy pose. That takes a lot of strength. All right, so let's bring our hips, hands back to our hips. And we're gonna step from here. We're gonna really ground down to that left foot. And to go into crescent lunge, going backwards, I'll show you before I showed you forwards. We're gonna just step back with that right foot. Maybe a little weeble wobbly. So find where you feel a little balance. So get your balance, then sink down. All right, so try that. So we kind of went into it two different ways on each side. So our left foot is forward, our left toes are pointing ahead. Left knee is stacked over your left ankle. You're up on your right toes. Awesome. And then just drop down maybe a little bit more. Try that out. So give it a couple breaths to find your balance. Really feel that whole left foot on the mat. And then if you'd like, you can send your arms up tall. Fingers spread, palms facing each other. Drop the shoulders down and back. You don't want to wear shoulder earrings. And take a few deep breaths here if you can. If you need to step out of the pose and go back into it, by all means, you can. This is your practice. Do what feels good. Awesome. So bringing your hands back down to your hips. So we're going to transition right from crescent pose to warrior one. So to do this, all we have to do is bring that right foot in a little bit and set it down. So both feet are flat on the ground. My right toes are going out at a 45-degree angle. All right, so and then we're going to sink down, stack our left knee over that left ankle again. So you may have a short distance in between your 2 feet, or you can go back a little bit. So kind of play around with that and see what feels good. And on different days, it can feel good in different places. So feel around, feel balanced. Again, if you need some more balance, widen your stance. Kick that left foot out a little bit farther. Move your right foot over to the side a little bit. And it just gives you a little bit more gravity helping you out to stay balanced. All right, so that back leg now is staying straight. Before we had it bent for crescent lunge. If you try to bend it right now, it might not feel good. But that left knee's bent, stacked over that left ankle. Hands on your hips to start, dropping your shoulders. So this is one variation for your hands for warrior one. And for the next variation, it's just like crescent lunge. So we're just bringing your arms right above your head, palms facing each other, dropping your shoulders down, and your gaze is forward. So take a few breaths here in warrior one. This will feel a little bit different than crescent lunge. You may feel a little more balanced here and stretching a little bit different places of your legs. So just see how this feels for a moment. Awesome. Dropping your hands down. We're going to step forward, switching sides. All right, so now we're going to ground down into that right foot. So really pressing that right foot into the mat. And we're going to step back into warrior one. So our left toes are out to the side. Right knee stacked over right ankle. And our hips are pointed forward. So they're going towards the top of our mat. So the short side of the mat. All right, so you can kind of move them a little bit. Hands on your hips. Check in with that knee. And remember, we don't want the knee to hyperextend like that. So just like that, stacked over. Take a few slow, deep breaths here. Seeing what it feels like on this side. And if you're ready and balanced, you can bring your arms overhead, drop your shoulders down, palms facing each other. finger spread. Again, hips still facing this way. Awesome. All right, so now we're going to drop our hands back down to our hips again as we transition to warrior two. So the reason why I'm not kind of hopping into out of these poses and back in is because a lot of times these poses flow together. So learning how to transition from one to the next is important and will be super helpful for you. All right, so from warrior one, we're here. Warrior two, all we're going to do, we're going to keep this right knee stacked over the right ankle. We're just going to move our left toes so they're facing the side of the mat. That's it. So it's just the movement of that back foot. And then our arms do something a little bit different too. So our arms can be on our hips. This time our hips are facing out this way towards the long side of the mat. And our arms are going to go up to shoulder height. And gaze can stay like this out to the side, so going facing the same way as your hips, or it can go out over your front fingers. So your front fingers are the ones that are out over your bent knee. So you're going to feel nice and strong, really reaching those fingertips out to each side. And really pressing in, kind of like you're lunging. It almost feels like a side lunge. So take another deep breath here. And blow it out. Awesome. Now, for our transition from warrior two, we're going to go into goddess pose. So to get into goddess pose from warrior two, hands back on your hips. And then we're going to take these right toes, face them forward. So both feet are facing forward. You might have to move around to kind of line everything up again. So our legs are spread wide. We're going to put our toes out at a 45-degree angle. So they're kind of going towards each corner of your mat. All right. And then from here, we're going to sink down. So knees are going, tracking right over your ankles again, facing in the direction of that your toes are going. Hands can be on your hips for goddess pose or at heart center. So see how that feels. You can kind of move around to see where your feet feel good. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. Awesome. So that's goddess pose. Now we're going to do warrior two on the other side, and I'm going to show you how to reverse your warrior. All right, so to get from goddess pose to warrior two on the other side, you're going to face your left toes straight that way to the top of the mat, right toes to the side of the mat, so facing out this way. Left knee's bent, so it's stacked right over that left ankle. Hands on your hips. Take a deep breath, just focusing on your legs. So left toes straight, right toes straight, left toes out to the side, knee stacked over ankle. And then this leg is straight out. Then we're going to inhale our arms up to the sides. Gaze can be towards me or off to the side, looking over that middle finger of your left hand towards the top of the mat. Take a deep breath here. Blow it out. Awesome. Now I'm going to show you how to reverse your warrior. So we're in warrior two. All we're going to do is drop the back hand or our right hand down to our back thigh. We're going to flip our front palm so it's facing towards the ceiling. And then we're going to follow, our gaze is going to follow that hand as it lifts up. So our gaze is towards the ceiling, looking at our fingertips, and our hand is just arching up and over. So you may feel stretch through here. You may not, and that's okay. And this is reverse warrior. And then we come back to warrior two. And then you can try that again. Flip that front palm. And then we're going to do it all in kind of one motion. So back hand to back thigh, lifting up that front hand. Gaze follows it to reverse our warrior. Awesome. And then coming back down. I'm going to show you one more thing on this side. So extended side angle. So extended side angle, we're in warrior two. This way we're going to go opposite of reverse warrior. So our back hand's going to come up. We're going to angle our arm so our forearm comes down to the top of that thigh. Right fingertips reaching towards the ceiling. Your gaze can follow those fingertips looking up towards the ceiling, or it can be out to the side. So see what feels good on your neck right now and try that out. So this is side ankle pose. And then from here, you can go right back up to warrior two. So you just come right back up, arms back straight. Awesome. All right, so let's go back to goddess to end. So we're gonna bring our toes back, both facing the front. Then we're gonna bring our heels in, toes out to the corners of the mat, and then sink straight down. So our knees go over our ankles, facing in the same direction as our toes. Hands can be on your hips or hands at heart center. Awesome. And then come back up. All right, so that is the end of week 3's instructional video. So stay tuned for week 3's class flow. We're gonna put all of that together and some that we learned in the last couple weeks into a class flow that you would find in any of my classes or any studio you may happen to go to. All right, so hope you have a great day. Thank you for practicing with me today, and I will see you at the next class.